Hey guys, thanks for watching Black Feather. Today we're out here at the range. We're going to be taking a look at this Smith & Wesson SW22 Victory chambered in .22 long rifle. Got a few steel plates set up behind me, so I'm going to step around, take some shots, and then we'll talk about it. Now the Victory came out around 2016. I've had this particular one for around 2 years now. It's got the 5.5-inch barrel. This particular one's got the target crown. You can get them with a threaded barrel that's capped off. You can put suppressor on them, whatever. Smith & Wesson Performance Center makes some. There's a lot of modularity to these guns, and there's several companies that's making parts. Barrels are interchangeable. Triggers can be swapped out. That's Smith & Wesson had the foresight to look at this when they were designing it and think, everybody's an individual and everybody has preferences to what they like, so let's give that to them. But it's all stainless steel construction. Weighs in around 36 ounces, which is about 2¼ pounds. Has very little polymer. The only polymer you're going to find on this gun are the grips, your safety selector, your slide release, and a few odds and ends maybe on the internals. Your sight base, front and rear, they're steel. You have these fiber optic inserts, front and rear. Gives you a really nice sight picture, really lights up what you're aiming at. This was basically Smith & Wesson throwing their hat in the ring with the Rugers and the Brownings to try and make a .22 target pistol. I'm sure you know, and if you don't know, you can read about it, but the Ruger Mark III and before, which at the time the 4 hadn't came out, are a little bit difficult to take apart. And this is basically Smith & Wesson challenging Ruger. Now, if you look on these right in front of the trigger guard, you have a takedown screw, and I'll take it apart here in just a minute and show y'all how easy. Take this out, everything comes apart, take out your internals, clean it really good, line it back up. It's not hard to line up, put the screw back in, you're done. Now, I just wanted to tell y'all before I take this down, in your box, you're going to get 2 magazines. These are 10 rounds apiece. You're going to get your little Allen wrench. That's basically your wrench to take it down with. And you'll get this polymer pick rail. Now, the polymer pick rail I'm not a huge fan of, just because it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me to make an entirely stainless steel gun almost and send a polymer pick rail. But I mean, it's decent enough. I've had a red dot mounted on this before. It holds up decently. The only thing I will tell you is that this basically rides in a groove on the back. This is a single screw sight base. So if you take this on and off, be sure and put a little dab of Loctite there just to hold everything down, because that screw will back out. And the same thing goes for your takedown screw. Now, I've got this one in there fairly tight right now, but this screw has a tendency to back out a little bit if you use it a lot. And we're going to go ahead and take this thing down. I'm going to show y'all, just like I said, there's nothing to taking this apart. Just back your screw all the way out. A little more. It's going to separate. That's all there is to it. Lay down. Got your internals, hammer. Bolt comes out. This screw right here, as I gave Smith & Wesson a pat on the back for thinking of the little guy, this is how you separate your barrel from your receiver. So if you want to put any different kind of barrel on there, anything you want, take this screw out, barrel comes out, new barrel in, screw in, you're done. Put this thing back apart, put your bolt back in. I'm going to slide this. Got to remember how this goes. It's been a minute since I've done it. There we go. It's easy to put back. Go ahead and tighten our screw back down. And like I said, really try and crank on this thing. I mean, don't strip the screw out, but give it a little bit of juice. There you go. Now 22 is a fairly versatile caliber in my opinion. Anyways, it stands, and the Victory would lend itself to backpackers, hikers, people going camping, people that just want to plink around in the backyard with their family, anything like that. You know, 22 is lightweight. You can carry a lot of ammunition if you want to go up in the mountains. Carry this as a sidearm, anything like that. Anyway, I've got a little bit of garbage set up behind me. I've got some cans, 2 liters, stuff like that. So we're going to take a few shots at that, see if we can't blow something up. Put another magazine through it, just for the hell of it, just because we can. The way I'm talking, I'm starting to remind myself of Bob Ross. You'll have to forgive me for missing a few. Everybody does, if I did. Can't really hear anything with these earmuffs on, and it's not a particularly loud gun. I just threw them on there so that y'all wouldn't cry, because there are a lot of people that make a big deal over stuff like that. But what we're going to do now is we're going to move on further back a little bit. It's around 60 yards, and I'm going to see if I can't put a few on these plates from there. Alright, I'm back at about 60 yards now. Just don't want y'all to think less of me if I miss a few of these, because we're going to have to kind of arc them in there. What, 4 out of 10 ain't bad? So, sometimes I question my actions, which is kind of what I'm doing, wondering why I was shooting a 22 from 60 yards out of a 5.5 inch barrel. But anyway, we'll move back up. We're going to blow these couple of magazines out, and then we're going to wrap it up. Speed round. All the dogs and the birds and everybody, they're excited with me right now. Alright guys, well, this was my video on the Smith Wesson SW22 Victory chambered .22 long rifle. It's also my first video, so if you made it all the way through, I appreciate you cringing your way through there maybe. But all in all, man, I think these are good guns. Right now they can be had for around $300 to $350 depending on where you get them from. I checked Gunbroker last night and there were several on there for that. When they first came out, they were around the $450 to $500 mark, so they've gone down a little bit. But need a gun to throw in your backpack, take hunting with you, whatever, you know, want to get your kids into shooting, get your wife into shooting. I mean, these are really low recoil, not overly loud, not scary. These would be good guns for that. But if you like the video, hit like, subscribe. Down in the comments you can put whatever you want, anything I can improve on. I appreciate y'all taking the time out of your day to watch. Thank you.